Here we are. It's John in the desert, in the garage. And today's project, I'm going to throw a little winch on the front of my Argo. Now, if you're not familiar with an Argo, they're a little six-wheel drive tracked vehicle. They're great in the snow, and we use them here a lot. Search and rescue, just playing, having fun. But I'm going to add a winch to it because if I get stuck, I'm kind of on my own. And so today's project is throwing a winch on the Argo. So the front of the Argo body is plastic, and it's seamed together. It's got this rubber strip between the upper and the lower places. Not a whole lot of structure here. However, I'm going to sandwich it with some angle iron and wrap it around the curve that is the nose of this. Downside is my metal is not curved. My metal is straight. So somehow I've got to bend this angle iron to fit the profile. The only way I know of doing that is making a whole bunch of sequential cuts here and removing a little bit of material in each and every one, and then gives me the ability to bend it around that corner. So let's see how that works. All right, phase 2 complete. Phase 1 was cutting all those little cuts in there. Phase 2 is bending it to match the profile. Moving on to phase 3. Wet towels in place. I then clamp the bar on, maintaining its profile all around both ends. Now I'm going to take the welder and I'm just going to throw some small tacks on each and every one of those so I can take it off and then weld it up. But for right now, I've got to do it with a wet towel so I don't burn anything below it. And bam-a-lamma-ding-dong. Whew. That's a lot of little tack welds. There's 66 times 2. What's that? It's 132 little tacks bent over in an awkward position. But they're on now. Now I've got all the little cuts all welded up. They're welded on the bottom side as well. Now to grind them off. All right, all the welds have been ground out, and it almost looks like it's supposed to go there. Okay, next piece is more pieces. So I then measured the center line. I have now welded on my receiver to hold the winch in place, and I also had a couple of these D-rings, and I've welded a couple of those on the bumper. Next thing, we're going to be building a bracket that comes up and over, kind of like a little push bar, a little Nerf bar, and give it a little bit more strength and support. Then it's off to the computer, put in some dimensions. That's going to give me the part I need. Bam! Use the bender to bend the part till I get to the right angle. Perfect! Let's see if it fits. Zippity zippity doo dog diggity. Okay. Made another couple of cuts, and this part is going to fit right in here. Try to do this with one hand. Oh, just like that. Anyway, get those welded in, and we're well on our way. All right, so I welded the diagonals in. The loop is on. Everything's looking good to me. All that's left to do is clean it up, paint it, and then I've got to bolt it through, capturing that lip. Moving on. All right, finally got everything wrapped up on the Argo. All the wiring is done, and I had a little bit of lighting to it, so let me show it to you last time through. All right, there it is, all mounted up. Hardware is in place. I added a light because of the fact that my diagonals, as you can see, kind of cut right through the center of my headlights. Headlights weren't all that great anyway, but I added an off-road light to it. Should help out with the situation. It's all wired, ready to rock and roll. I always like trying to do neat wiring. And plug here on the side, that's for the winch controller. There's also a second winch controller mounted on the steering wheel or the handlebars inside. But this is me, John in the desert, and right now, pretty cold here in the shop, so I'm going to call it a night, and thanks for watching.